My name is Jamie Arthur. I'm the former Commonwealth Games gold medalist and former Commonwealth professional champion and boxed for the British title 3 times. Years ago, I was in dire straits 3 years ago. Boxing was my main job, so I relied on that in order to get my income, and it's hard, like I said, I didn't have main sponsors that supported me to be able to train full time, so I was living on a shoestring, and we're not like talking about football player shoestrings, we're talking about dire straits, not paying your rent for months, and still having to go into full-time preparation of fights. To get into good enough shape to be able to fight for major titles. And now it's slightly different. I've got a good job. I'm back doing what I enjoy doing. I'm a draftsman by trade. So I like using my brain for it today and then my hands for it at night. So it's a case of now I'm in a position where I can focus. I can be more dedicated. I can live the right life. And I can aim to do something that I always set out to do and to win the British title. Automatically, that just puts me in a position then where I'm inspiring the kids that I've got in the gym, because I've got a gym full of young amateurs that are doing really well, and I'm always telling them that they should be doing what they want to be doing. They should inspire and work hard to do something. And sometimes they say, why are you retired then? And I've got to think, yeah, exactly, why am I? I'm only 35, but I'm a young 35. I'm not like I've just been sat at the desk, or I've just retired full time and not laced up a pair of gloves since I retired. I've probably been doing 50 rounds sparring every week, so I've kept my hand in, I've been doing personal training. I'm still in quite good shape. I'm probably around about 10 stone 2 now, so I'm still able and capable of winning the British title. The last bout that I had was against Scott Quigg in 2012. Not so much I retired a little bit prematurely, but my main aim was to set up Arthur's ABC where we are now. It was to inspire and motivate kids to want to become young champions. So that was pretty much taking over my life. So after 3 years, not so much out of the game, still involved in the game, but not fighting myself, it's come to that stage now where at 35, I've got a small window now to be able to dedicate myself to be able to achieve what I set out to achieve in the first place, and that was to win the British title. But more importantly, I've got elderly parents, they're getting on now. My dad's 81, and I'm 76. Within the next year, I'm going to build them a house. So there ain't no maybe I'm going to do it, maybe I'm going to get a foot in. Within the next year, they're going to have a house that they're going to move into, and that's enough inspiration for me to have to put myself through hell in order to get what I want out of boxing. So there is no maybe I'm going to do this, maybe I'm going to do that. I'm coming back to kick ass. It's as simple as that. I know where I'm going to go. I know I'm going to get there. And all I've got to do is just make things happen and be able to get myself in a position where I want to be. I got my wife and I got my 2 boys, Oliver and Daniel. And at the end of the day, without my family support, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Wales is a great nation, and I want to help fly the flag, and show youngsters that it's possible to be successful. I've worked hard for too long, for too many years, for me to throw it all away now. So, in order for me to be the best that I can be, I'm going to do everything in my power in order to be a winner. If I'm going to be fighting, you better make sure that you've got a big enough reason to have to try and stop me, because I've got a goal, I've got a destiny, and I'm going to do everything that I can in order to get there.